Good evening, everybody. What's up, Satellite? What's up, Eva? What's up, Zem? Art Dominic, Mizroy, 2Hit. Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy return of the Power Hours. Happy new Pope Day. It's been a pretty big day. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. I had a perfectly cromulent day. Everything went well enough, I guess. Well, actually, that's not true. We were supposed to get a new dishwasher today because their old one died, and that didn't work out for reasons. So that's an added complication for the future. I know this is Star Wars. Have you fallen? I just came off of 4 straight days of Star Wars. I need a break. Even I don't want that much Star Wars. Doing good. Your Pathfinder first edition game just has penultimate session for this campaign. Final fight is next week. That's exciting. That sounds like it'll be a good time. Do big climactic battles like that take a really long time to run or something? I am curious. So good. Got to eat lemongrass chicken at our local Vietnamese place. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty good day. My wife and I had some delicious fish tacos for lunch. They were really, really nice. There's this place near us that does a buy one get one free on their fish taco plates. And they're huge, man. They're just prodigious in scope and grandeur. It's like the best lunch deal ever. So yeah. What's up, Chaos? Powwows, yes. They can. I set things up so the only encounter we have to do is the final fight. That's smart. That's a smart way to handle that. But yeah. I played Bone Razor Minions today. I have unlocked all the class abilities for all the classes. Well, I've unlocked all the classes. And then I've unlocked all the class abilities for all the classes. So now I'm just learning how they all work. I did, what did I do today? I ran the Beast Tamer and something else. Oh, maybe the witch one? I might have done that today. Good evening, Arcane. Good to see you. So I had Ted Cruz ate my son's sticker on a carpet. Nice. Very nice. You finished your Pathfinder game 2 weeks ago? Nice. Nice. Is this the are we in the late season for tabletop RPGs right now? Is this where they wind down? Are we gonna be having the post-season games soon? When's the draft, chat? But yeah, Bone Razor Minions continues to be very, very good. I've been edging up through the higher and higher difficulties. I think I finished a difficulty 7 map today, without actually customizing the architecture and building a bunch of traps and stuff. So I felt pretty good about that. I can very, very reliably beat the king and the queen now. You've been what? I've been playing Bone Razor Minions, quite a bit, in fact. So, good evening, Boo Black, and good to see you. Addams Family Values, or what if not one single thing was fun about Zelda? Aww. And I've been so very curious about this game for so much of my life. Well, I guess I can prepare to be disappointed. Say that like my players, I'm gonna spend the last third of the AP playing their characters for the next campaign. Hire me for TTRPG season, I can play a humble peasant pretty well. Respected jobber here. But yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of in my own gaming right now. I'm really just bouncing back and forth between Vampire Survivors and Bone Razor Minion. Yesterday and today I've been Bone Razor. The days before that were Vampire Survivors. So it's been nice. It's been really nice. Custom campaign your friend created. We were playing Fifth Addiction. Freudian slip there. Next one's Pathfinder. Love that chaos as a sign of respect if it lasted long in a restroom environment. I guess the real big excitement of today has been the new Pope. I feel like everybody's been talking about that. First American Pope in history, which seems like a pretty momentous thing. I don't know a whole lot about this dude. Seems like he was kind of a middle-of-the-road compromise Pope. Hopefully that'll be ideal. Or screaming. Well, when do they ever stop screaming over there? They'll find reasons to scream about anything. Or not, and just scream anyway. Who cares what they think? Please don't be a Republican Pope. No. Does not sound like he will be. He's apparently... Okay, I do know one thing about him. I did find an article on Rolling Stone, or maybe, that before he became Pope, he was apparently a very big poster. He posted a lot on Twitter, and a lot of stuff that was very, very, very critical of Trump and Republicans, which I think has lent to their wailing and gnashing of teeth over there. So I can support that at least. Apparently not particularly queer friendly, is otherwise critical to GOP. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what we really could have hoped for here. You're like within the strictures of the Catholic Church, I think we're still a very, very long way off from an ideal pope, but we seem to be on the right track-ish with the this one and the last one. I hope anyway. Chance of queer-friendly pope was incredibly... Yeah, was that a possibility with any of the candidates? I know this guy was like something of a dark horse. I know he wasn't particularly favored to take it. To take the popedom. I'll take not Hitler's Pope too, honestly. Always be screaming. Here they announced there's an American Pope by releasing a bald eagle dual-wielding AR-15s. Less friendly than the last one. Okay. Yeah. So that's a shame. But we do need to see how this shakes out. So all we really have right now is their past performance and speculation, so we'll see. Calling out for Crocodilus Pontifex, but oh well. American Catholics are usually... Well, that's the thing. He's like the least American Catholic you can get. Because he was like, what was it? He was like born in Chicago, but spent most of his life ministering in Peru. Comes from a very mixed background, so... Yeah, we'll just have to see how he does. We'll have to see how we'll have to see how being Pope influences him. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, chat. Welcome back to the Power Hours. I don't know about you, but kind of feels like it's been a while. I don't think it's actually been that long. Like we didn't do Power Hours last week. I think our last Power Hours was like 2 weeks ago today, which I mean is an eternity in stream time, but yeah, makes it feel further away. You might be wondering what we're doing sitting on the cover and not the table of contents. I will show you. Briefly. I did not want to deal with all of the intense complaining that would have happened if I had sat on the table of contents for this one, so... This is April, we're only a week into May. We're probably April of what year? What year is it? This is April of 1995. More graphic, like, not just graphics crimes, like graphics violence. The designers of this issue of Nintendo Power woke up one day and chose violence. Show us the graphics gore. Well, I have to make sure we're ready to go, because once we land on that page, I need to run down the table of contents like we normally do, and then move on. Because otherwise, people are gonna lose their eyeballs, and we don't want that. Good evening, Cheese Toast. Good to see you. And also, good evening, Deep Thought, and also Naren. If I didn't say good evening to you, and good evening to the lurkers out there, everybody hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate you coming out here. I appreciate you being here. I hope we're gonna have some fun tonight. Assault their vision. I can take off my glasses. So yeah, real quick before we launch into this mess, brief schedule reminder. Tonight, of course, is the Power Hours. Power Hours will continue on Saturday. Between now and then, as you may know, is Friday. What you may not know is what we're doing for Friday, and that's because I don't know either. I don't know what we're gonna be streaming tomorrow night. It'll be a variety of something, or possibly a one-off of something, or I don't know. I have right at this moment, I have no front runner ideas even, but I will come up with something. We have tons of possibilities. I have a whole cheat sheet of Friday concepts that I want to get to eventually. I'll probably just grab one of those. Variety of, I don't know, do the economy best. Could probably do it better than people who are actually in charge of it. There'll be no stream on Sunday because I never stream on Sunday, chat. There are no Sunday streams ever. And then Monday we'll be back with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And another 3 hours of staring into Mesa on Bogano trying to figure out how the fuck to get on top of it. Never have, never will, indeed. So, to spin it back, welcome once again to the Power Hours, April 1995, the Stargate cover feature. Stargate was real hot. I feel like Stargate burned real bright, real fast. It was like big news in what, late '94, early '95. It was a big damn deal, and then that was kind of it. They did launch a TV series out of it. The TV series was quite popular, quite successful. But I remember there being just a rather intense burst of excitement around Stargate that vanished almost as quick. You could absolutely do better than the people currently in power because you do in fact have a modicum of empathy and humility. Why, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, 200 plus episodes. It ran for 11 seasons and then 2 TV movies, if I recall. And itself spawned 2 additional spin-offs, Atlantis and Universe, right? So yeah, I don't think anyone would deny that Stargate SG-1 is up there with some of the all-time great sci-fi series. Never got on that show somehow. I've always wanted to. I've always meant to. 'Cause I've seen clips of it, I've seen bits of it. I really enjoy the characters. I don't know how long it takes them to really get into their groove, but like, it always looked to me like one of those shows that had good plotting, just really entertaining characters that had a lot of chemistry with each other, and didn't take itself too seriously. Like, yeah, there were dramatic episodes, there were high stakes and stuff, but it still seemed like they were always having a good time with it. There's a video game that came out a little more than a year ago, too. That's right, I heard about that, yeah. Gotta be better than the Sliders. YouTube channel Secret Galaxy just put out today a history of the Sliders TV show, and I learned a lot about all of the drama and network interference that went into making that show the clusterfuck that it was. I watched the first season of Sliders and then fell off of it after that. And I remember occasionally catching an episode on Sci-Fi and, like, the entire cast was different except for Rembrandt, and being like, what in the Christ happened to this? And now, after watching that Secret Galaxy video, I know, and it's wild. It's pretty wild. One of your dream TTRPG campaigns is basically Sliders. I mean, Sliders is kind of the prototype for what a lot of Western media has become. Like modern entertainment is sort of obsessed with the idea of the multiverse and parallel universes, and Stargate. Sliders was doing that shit in 1995, I think. So yeah, if anything, they were just way ahead of their time. Sliders is just Rick and Morty live action. Did you know Rick and Morty they're about to start up season 8? Can you believe that show has been gone for 7 seasons? I just remember the Sliders episode where the moon was crashing the earth and falling apart from mining. Sliders had some neat concepts. Sliders had some very entertaining momentary Earths that they visited. Did Jerry O'Connell get replaced with Jerry O'Connell? Oh dang, Manic. Glad to hear you got him to backpedal. That's a relief. You know, when Arlen called John Rice Davies Sliders because he loves little hamburgers. But Sliders was a neat show. Also extremely 90s. Like, if you are ever feeling the need to indulge yourself in some, like, pure strain 90s nostalgia, I think a couple early episodes of Sliders will do you just fine. Sliders tried to up the stakes by introducing the evil sliding society that was conquering every other universe they found. Yeah, the Cro-Mags. They're descended from, yeah, Cro-Magnon. And 8 eyeballs for some reason. Yeah. And we're kind of like both brutal savages and Nazis or something. I don't know, man. But I repeat myself. That's good. That's good that they understand you like that, Manic. Not a lot of managers are like that, honestly. Also, good evening, Justin Brett. Good to see you. But yeah, I don't know that Sliders would actually be worth going back and watching in its entirety, because it's because of the network demands and the rewrites and stuff they had to do, and some of the people they had working on it. My understanding is it's a very, very uneven show, and some of the characters get offed in really shitty ways because one of the showrunners who was butting heads with everybody would write them off in really childish ways. Yeah, most of the cast leaving Sliders over time. Yeah, I know the character Rembrandt's the only one who stayed for the entire run. So yeah. Put that video into Discord, please. Oh, let me find it real quick. I can do that. It's a really good video. I really like Secret Galaxy's videos in general. A really good presentation style. Oops. go. There we go. All right, you're all set. Now you have something else to watch besides me. But yeah. But unfortunately, chat, we're not playing a sliders game. We're playing a Stargate game. I don't think there ever was a sliders game. Yeah, I mean, as troubled as that series development was, I don't think they had the money to license it out for a game. Does Burger King? You know, it should. It really, really should. But yeah. So anyway, chat, we need to get going on this. We got a lot of ground to cover in this here issue. I don't know. I can't say how much of it is going to be good, but we do have ground to cover. So, obviously, Stargate is the cover feature here. We got more NBA Jam Tournament Edition codes for the code heads. Another look at Secret of Evermore. In-depth coverage of Spider-Man the Animated Series. Atom Family Values, and they did dig up another sports scene for this one. And then more behind-the-scenes development of the NU64. All right, so Chad, here we go. The music didn't drive him into a frenzy. It was the guy who snaked his new issue of Nintendo Power. Wow. I had completely forgotten the use of the term snaked to mean stolen. Also, I can't help but notice they use little teeny anarchy symbols in between some of the sentences here, which is really, really cute of them. Can't wait to see how they squander the potential of the Spidey TV show. I wonder if there's any potential of making a game nowadays for one of these old properties. You could probably get the license for next to nothing. Probably. I know. So another thing that I've learned from watching Secret Galaxy is some of these old, like, children's shows that got a couple seasons and then were lost to the sands of time. Companies actually do license them to make modern action figures out of for the adults with you know, disposable income and rose-tinted glasses who want to relive their childhood, and those sometimes actually do pretty well. So I figure if that can do well, and I mean, if you make a game that is just good on its own, then I think the IP can only really help it. Like, if somebody, you know, if some indie studio got a hold of the Sliders license and made like a really solid point-and-click adventure out of it, that you did, if it wasn't like a continuation of the Sliders storyline or something, if it was like something that stood well enough on its own, I think that would do fine. I think that would do great. I think it would get some extra eyeballs on it from old school Sliders fans, and I think it would get good word of mouth just for being a good game. The odd recent Starship Troopers revival in video games suggests you could probably pull it with something else like Sliders. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I know some of my colleagues got the Fast and Furious license of all things for their racing game. Well, I mean, Fast and the Furious is technically still going. Like, that that series continues to shamble along. And I think it's still very much in the public consciousness. Probably won't happen, we can always dream. Actually, when we hit the Stargate feature in this, I'll have to tell you about... Let's go! I'll have to tell you about something game-related I did see regarding Stargate a long time ago. Maybe the Slider Show happened, here's stuff that builds upon that without needing to know the deep lore. Yeah. Maybe follow like a different group of people who get their hands on a portal remote or whatever, and they have similar but distinct adventures. Okay, chat. Can't put it off any longer. I'm going to turn the page, and it's going to be the table of contents. and I strongly suggest you shield your eyes in some way. This will be painful. But I would be remiss in my duties stewarding you through the magazine if I didn't linger for at least a few minutes to go over the contents of the magazine as a whole, so you know what to expect across these various and sundry nights. But yeah. Yes, buttress your vision. Yeah, this is on another level. These are graphic design crimes on another level. So if you all are ready, I'm gonna turn the page, I'm gonna run through this, and then we'll jump into the letter section and get going for real. So here we go, chat. All right, so in the full coverage this month, we're starting with Spider-Man the Animated Series, Addams Family Values, Stargate, sports scenes after that, and then of particular note for me, Mario's Picross gets featured in this one. I will warn you right now, we may get hung up on that for an extended period of time, because I am fucking obsessed with nonograms these days. No, I like this. I was looking forward to being driven to insanity. Kramer, what's going on in there? Yeah, that's the thing. They're priming everybody for the Virtual Boy. Also, do you love like the rosy irradiated glow that I'm getting off of this being on my monitor here? That's the kind of lighting I need to really bring out my features. What a terrible day to have eyes. All right, the Take-Two reviews this month. We got Bonkers, Air Cavalry, Drop Zone, Pack in Time. Yes, we have another Pac-Man game on the way. Bust a Move, and a proper look at Jurassic Park 2, which we actually played last time. Because I think we got like a preview of it or something. Epic Center is back, of course. I think the big features this time are a more in-depth look at Secret of Evermore and more on Ogre Battle. We got 3 special features this month: NBA Jam Codes, the latest news on the Ultra 64, and Banana Bucks, which is probably yet another point system they got going. And then all the usual every issue stuff: Players Pulse, Power Charts, Classified Information, Council's Corner, Power Players, Arena Players Poll Contest, now playing Pack Watch next season. And with that, chat, I shall spare your eyeballs, and we will jump over the Players Pulse. I will open up requests and voting, or calling votes as it happens. And we can all kind of rest our eyeballs now. And I can catch up on chat. Between this and the Virtual Boy, maybe someone at Nintendo had undiagnosed color blindness. The Aurora Borealis at this time of year, at this latitude, concentrated entirely in the pages of Nintendo Power? Yes. Orange tones are my favorite colors in this bit, much for me. Dennis Madrigal saw the previous page. Alright. This is a lot of text, chat. Holy crap. What are they talking about this month? I am responding to the section of Players Pulse that asks what I think of the new arrangement. I like it not a lot with the Take-Two reviews, the new table of contents, the Power Players Arena, the Power Charts, the new Hall of Fame Most Wanted, and the release forecast. The reason I didn't include Now Playing, even though it's good, is I have no idea what those symbols mean. Next issue, please include a legend. What really needs improvement is Pack Watch, because it's kind of confusing about where they start stopping and what system they're for. Yes, thank you. Thank you. The layout of Pack Watch. We were having a field day with that the last issue because it was so bad. Just notice no letter art. This might, and it's not behind my head, this might actually be the first issue that they did no letter art for, breaking a 70 issue streak. Kind of depressing then. P.S. glow in the dark front and back covers are really neat. Are you gonna make another Link adventure? I have glow-in-the-dark covers? I don't remember that. Another game starring Link. We don't know for sure what game development teams over in Kyoto at Nintendo Co. have up their sleeves. Advise you take the bet if someone bets you that there won't be another Legend of Zelda game. Okay. So at this point, there is no indication to anybody that there's going to be an N64 Zelda or Oracle of Seasons or Ages. Like, Nintendo Power themselves don't have any tea to spill, so. May I stop seeing it? Looks at Virtual Boy sales. Yes. This is awesome. Forget the next level. I'm going for loudness. Computer graphics on almost every page. Anybody who can't appreciate your new look should be shot. They're talking about you, chat. However, correspondence would add spice to Nintendo Power. Please extend the player's pulse section. Wow. Hot takes in this one. I think that Pack Watch now playing and all the other regular Nintendo Power columns are great. I think it was time for a new look. I was getting tired of the old look. Philistine. For a while, I was drifting into other video game magazines. A big shock came to me when I opened January 95 issue and saw the cool new design. I realized that no other magazine comes close to Nintendo Power in any way. I think the new format, it rocks! No more of this happy-go-lucky stuff. Okay. So, it's easy here in the future to look back on the extreme 90s marketing and deride it for its excesses, for its seemingly absurd assumptions. But one thing that I think it's easy to forget is a lot of people actually did buy into this stuff. It did actually appeal to a lot of people. You know, we have had, well, 30 years of intervening, like, graphics and UI design evolution to help inform our opinions when we look back on what Nintendo Power is doing and be like, yeah, this is dog shit. This is bad. But we didn't have that in 1995. Everyone was experimenting with this kind of off-kilter, no rules, no borders kinds of design. And a lot of people were really into it because it was new and exciting. Surge was huge. It was the 90th of drinks. People, at least some, actually like that stuff. Kids with no taste anyway. Yeah, I mean, there is always that factor. Children generally have terrible taste. And these are gamer children we're talking about here, so what can you expect, really? But yeah, David Stevens here of Ludington, Michigan is celebrating the fall of the happy-go-lucky Nintendo Power aesthetic of yesteryear. Straight to the point, down to business. I like Pack Watch's bigger pictures and easier to understand explanation of games. I like the new symbols and now playing. Take-Two is great. If you just want to check out a game a little bit, you don't have to read through a 6-page review. God, the struggles of the literate, chat. New table of contents is cool too. Now I don't have to take 20 minutes scanning to find what page such and such. Y'all remember the table of contents they used in 93 and 94, right? Where they color-coded what systems the games were for and just had them in like a big list, basically in order. This is a person built for the Twitter age, born tragically too early. By which I mean they're fucking stupid. God, chat. I mean, there's just no accounting. There's no accounting for taste with these people. I've said it 100 times, chat, and I'm gonna keep saying it while we work through these magazines. The 90s were a hell of a drug. sent me a survey and I finished it when I put it in the envelope and licked it. It didn't have the bad tasting envelope gunk stuff. It tasted really good like carrot juice. It was cool. I just had to tell you. Huh. They've got some, God, absolutely dire top 10 lists here. I'm skipping those. They're cringeworthy. For days I waited for this bonus issue, I had a few reliefs and disbeliefs. Have you had a new comic? What happened to Nintendo Power trading cards? Really enjoyed the Killer Instinct cards. They made up a letter from Cranky Kong here. Could have done without knowing that. I think we all could have, yeah. Alright. Cranky Kong's letter. I'm writing about this new game, Donkey Kong Country. What kind of a name is that? And I bet it took years to come up with the thing. Why, I could think of an even better name in 10 seconds tops. What happens when you make a sequel? Super Donkey Kong Country? What an enormous name. The other day I was skimming through the instruction booklet and noticed something. In the DKC Atlas, it shows my grandson a minecart, if I'm not mistaken. Above him, there's a sign that reads Lost Mines. If there's a sign that tells you where they are, then how can you be lost? You whippersnappers at Nintendo don't even know what you're talking about. You guys really messed up this time. What's with Squawks and his blinking flashlight? Lights like that give an old guy like me a seizure. It's just too much for my poor old eyes. If I had the frames of animation, I'd walk down Nintendo and pop you one in the kisser. Looking back into the time of my own childhood like this reassures me that kids today are alright because Jesus Christ. Maybe they are alright. Maybe they're alright. Then again, I mean, maybe we've just traded this for like TikTok and Instagram brain rot. We've traded having no taste and idiot notions for memes and the like. Carrot Juice Kid clearly ate a lot of pace in kindergarten, appreciated the grassy notes in the envelope. True, it's a different kind of brain rot, yeah. I guess brain rot is basically the natural state of a child. They're gonna find something to entertain themselves with. And in the 90s, it was prototype computer graphic design, bright colors, and being told to play it loud. These days it's memes and influencers and whatnot. Ah, well. I think the new look is totally awesome, especially now playing logos. Nifty how you turn the Nintendo logo into an O. It says read me. Okay. Really like the glow-in-the-dark cover and the Donkey Kong iron-on. I wonder if I still have that. I never did iron-ons. Your magazine is the best magazine in the world, except I think Player's Pulse should be 4 pages so you can print more letters and envelope art. Keep up the good work. Ironic that they print that in the issue where they didn't print any envelope art. And after I raked in the cash on Christmas Day, I went to the store and bought the long-awaited Donkey Kong Country. First time playing, my cousin and I stared amazingly at the stunning... My cousin and I stared amazingly at the stunning 3D graphics. That's cute. We're relieved to find out that the moves were as easy to learn as playing Pong. To sum it up, wow. Oh, here we go, chat. I feel bad for the players using Sega Genesis. To get the 32 meg experience, they have to spend $150. After I found that out, the $69 price tag on DK Country started to look pretty good to me. Oh, man. Anyway. Nice. Nice. Nicest price tag yet. Alright. Moving on. To the power charts! Oh, Jesus Christ, chat. I forgot. The power charts at the beginning, not the end anymore. We get to face this right up front. What's going on this month? You're complaining about $8 Mario Kart World in 2020. Alright, the Super NES Top 20. It does feel weird that this is here still. Eventually, it's gonna feel normal. Eventually it won't be so jarring, but we're definitely not there yet. Oh god. Okay. I just glanced at what the specialty chart is this month. We're gonna have something to talk about there. Alright, number 1 is Donkey Kong Country. Obviously, it's the greatest game to have ever existed. It is the one true GOAT. And all other games must supplicate to its grandeur. Last month it was number 1, it's still number 1. 2 is Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, up from number 5 last month. Super Metroid is still in 3rd. Final Fantasy 3 dropped from 2nd to 4th. Earthworm Jim. Mortal Kombat 2 Super Punch-Out, Mega Man X2, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, NHL Hockey, Lion King, Super Mario Kart, NBA Live 95, F-Zero out of fucking nowhere. Tetris and Dr. Mario Illusion of Gaia, Ken Griffey, NBA Jam, Mega Man X, and FIFA International Soccer. NBA Live 95, F-Zero, and FIFA International Soccer jumped onto the chart from nowhere, despite having a presence here previously. Tetris and Dr. Mario is the only new title here. Oh my gosh, everyone's the Game Boy Top 10. Donkey Kong in number 1. Well deserved, I think. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. No, I don't think it's a Link to the Past. I think it's Link's Awakening. Donkey Kong Land, Super Mario Land 2, Wario Land, Super Mario Land, Metroid 2, Tetris, NBA Jam, Mortal Kombat 2. No new games on here. Apparently, Super Mario Land 1, 2, and Mortal Kombat 2 fell off the chart last month, but made it back up here. And then, okay. Alright, top 10 fighting games, chat. These are the top 10 fighting games of April of 1995. Number 1 is, of course, Mortal Kombat 2. How could it not be? Number 2 is Super Punch-Out. And I'm curious how y'all feel about that. Because obviously, they are not defining fighting games the same way that we define fighting games now. Good evening, Drake Nels. Good to see you. My night is going well. It is nice to be back in the tender embrace of Nintendo power. Even if they did try to disintegrate our eyeballs on the table of contents. I'm fine with it. You're not familiar with Rise of the Robots? I suggest you keep it that way. I suggest... God damn it! Okay, anyway. Too bad. Well, my night was going great. Good evening, Fury Fighter. Good to see you. Glad you can make it. Alright. So yeah. Mortal Kombat 2 Super Punch-Out. Super Street Fighter 2 in 3rd, WWF Raw in 4th. Again, not what we would consider really a fighting game now, but to me a better fit than Super Punch-Out. Mortal Kombat on the Game Boy in 5th. Samurai Showdown on Super Nintendo, then Mortal Kombat 1, Rise of the Robots, WWF Raw on Game Boy, and then Samurai Showdown on Game Boy. So, okay, the top 10 fighting games is actually Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, WWF, Sam Show, and then 2 other games. We broke down a top 10 into basically 6 franchises. Drake, no, thank you so much for subscribing for 40 months, dude. Very much appreciated. Your generosity does not go amiss. All right, Rise of the Robots. Let's do this. Let's do this before I change my mind. Surprised you kept enough funds to make it that many times. Well, I very much appreciate it. It's very, very generous of you to support our many gaming endeavors here. appreciate that. Most wanted time. I'm not looking. No spoilers. I haven't looked at the most wanted yet. Rise of Robots. Whoa, that. Oh, that's why. All right, hold up, you. Mirage Technologies licensed to Acclaim. The Dark, another incidental music composed and performed by Brian May. That's the most boring logo for a company called Mirage. Anyway. Our prismatic slime, congratulations! Alright, one player, yes. Mission brief, sure. Your mission is to punch the shit out of some robots. Approaching Metropolis 4, Industrial Class 8, population 34.034, 13% human. End of alert, Jesus Christ! I'm not using Amazon anymore. I ordered grain for my chickens after I got this email asking for my feedback. Alright, loading robot. I think we're gonna get our ass kicked by a power loader. I'm gonna be murdered by a glorified forklift. The Boston Dynamics fighting game? That would be way more interesting. Purge all buffers. Purge your buffer. Caution on his way to fuck you up. Great graphics for Western dev games probably sucks. I don't think there are any special moves in this game. I tried. Okay. Dock worker bots are trying to unionize. Here's the strike breaker. Maybe you're a charge yarder? I mean, if somebody wants to look up special moves for this game, feel free. I don't think this guy likes my new technique. Here I thought I had a good thing going. Oh, fuck off! The hell it is Pepsi Man without a logo, isn't it? It is, yes. This is the song playing for the first stage where Pepsi Man gets his ass kicked and try to kill him before. Sucks to be you, forklift man. Also, I'm sure you noticed, in one-player mode, you don't get to pick your character. You must play as Cyborg Man. And now we're gonna beat up a builder, I guess. It's a robot gorilla. Yeah, I think I watched a Matt McMuscles video on this. I'm pretty sure he covered this one for Worst Fighting Game. So I think I remember some of the things about this game from that. One of them is you can't pick your character in single player. Oh my god, I actually found a move. So it's chart. Oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah. Like tap back, tap forward. But then again, why do that when I can just walk forward and kick this guy in the face? I watched the CG anime music video this game should have been. I think that's basically just beyond the mind's eye. Well, let's get the obvious out of the way. The animation is very, very good. Like, this is a very, very good-looking game for the time. Gameplay is ass, though. Gameplay is straight trash. Better or worse than Balls? I want to say worse? Like, in Balls, at least there was, like, a variety of things you could do, and, like, Balls was creative. This is just bad CGI models kicking each other to death. Also, apparently also a move called Low Punch that is back, forward, down. Let's try that. Okay. 100 Kickman. Crusher, dismantling robot. Its weak points are its head and weak limbs. Okay, back, forward, down. This thing does look kind of horrifying. Yeah, no, that's... Yeah. I can do a punch without pushing any face buttons. God, dude. There we go. Ah! Shit. This thing has insane reach. Yeah, that is so weird. You do a low punch by tapping back, forward, down. Jump in seemed pretty strong for them, not for me. I don't know why it doesn't work for me. They just counter it in midair. It seems like whatever they do kind of out-prioritizes what I do. Just by default. Like, I'm trying the light buttons, and they still they still out-prioritize me. Also, they can do that shit. Like I can't do like 3 quick heavies in a row like that, but they can. Oh no, game over. There's a person in there. How horrifying. Oh, I guess there are no continues in this either. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? Wait, hang on. One thing I'm curious about. Can we see all the characters if I go to 2-player mode? Yes, but with no music and 0 context. I'm sorry. Are there... Okay, so there's Cyborg Man. And then there's Loader Guy. Gorilla Man. Spiky Thing. Other Cyborg Guy. And a Transformer. That's it. There's 6 characters in this game. And if I'm understanding this correctly, in 2-player mode, player 1 is always going to be Cyborg Man, and player 2 gets to be somebody else. Okay, wait, I don't need to see this. Shut up. Okay, whatever. Yeah, that's it. Can you see the other cyborg? I guess. I have to reset this. Because there's no way to get out of that without... Well, I guess I could have stood there and punched that guy to death. There was no menu way out. So yeah, this is terrible. This is absolute bottom of the barrel garbage. Resetting was definitely faster. Robot unidentified, no data. Intelligence high, power good, combat good. Strength, agility, intelligence, weak points, weak frame. It got a sequel. What the hell? Oh, this one runs. Oh, look at him. Look at him doing kung fu shit. You only use 1 per round. Its effects are negligible. No cool moves or anything. Invincibility, control, reverse, invisibility, super disable. His name is listed as military, so I guess he's a combat droid. I didn't actually suss this out when I was playing earlier. There's only 2 buttons in this. There's punch and there's kick. Like, this is... Okay. This is Y. This is B. This is X. This is A. This is L. This is R. That's only 2 animations. The guide says it's a 6-button game. I mean, technically there are 6 buttons to press, but they only do 2 things. Like here, if I pushed... Wait a minute, wait, hang on. I think there's actually a difference between this and this. Oh. Okay. Okay, those are actually, okay. Those are actually 3 different punches. They just use the same animation, and they go different distances. That's what it is. I think that's enough of that, chat. I think that's all we need to know about that. So I read the game manual that enemy is the supervisor bot that got infected with the ego virus. Well, we don't need bot. Yep, we don't need a supervisor with an ego, certainly. And now we never need to play it ever again. God, I hope so. I hope so. All right, most wanted, chat. Here's what the readers of Nintendo Power want more than anything anywhere else. Donkey Kong Country, Mega Man X2, Star Fox 2, Sequest DSV. Color me shocked. Final Fantasy 3, Donkey Kong Land, Earthworm Jim, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Kirby's Dream Land 2, and Comanche on Super NES. This game broke the lid on magazines promising high scores in return for review copies because it was so bad you could tell right away who never actually played it. The cyborg is not allowed to have weapons because the company that hired him was afraid of him damaging the factory. Classic Cybercorp dystopia. Keep waiting. And then the Hall of Fame stuff over here is OG Final Fantasy, Kirby's Dream Land, and Baseball Stars. Notable about Final Fantasy, the honors here. Final Fantasy introduced an entirely new audience to the world of RPGs. Faster paced than Dragon Warrior, Final Fantasy sparked the interest of a wider range of players. Not wrong about that. Comanche. Comanche was, it was a planned Super FX chip game on the Super NES that would be like a pretty detailed, like, combat helicopter simulator. It never came out. I believe somebody mentioned a version of it eventually made it to PC. Yeah. So you couldn't have a weapon? Yeah, this is fiction. You beat Final Doom Evolution? Congratulations! I bet that was an undertaking. So yeah. Alright, power charts. Done with that. Let's talk about Spooderman. James Spaderman, a villainous madhouse. So this is based on the Spider-Man animated series on Fox. But what are they gonna do with it? Just outside New York City lies Ravencroft Insane Asylum, notorious for the dangerous clientele been confined there over the years. For years, kept the likes of Doc Ock and Green Goblin safely locked away, posing no threat to anyone but themselves. Now aided by a mysterious mastermind, they're back on the streets and Acclaim's latest action pack. In fact, the entire population of the asylum is running loose, bent on wreaking havoc. There is some method to the madness. The escapees are after the web-slinging enforcer who put them in the asylum to begin with Spider-Mans. Alright, looks like a lot of the usual stuff. Web slinging, clinging to walls, kicking, punching. Some interesting power-ups. There's one here that has something to do with the Fantastic Four. There's one that gives him gas. And then there's web armor. And then right up here, I'll move myself out of the way so we can behold this. We got a timeline of previous Spidey games. According to this, we started in 1990 with Amazing Spider-Man on Game Boy, then Spider-Man 2 in 1992. Also in 92, Arcade's Revenge on Super Nintendo. Has it really been that long? Jesus. Invasion of the Spider Slayers in 1993. They don't list the system for that. Return of the Sinister Six on NES in 94. I remember that game sucked. Arcade's Revenge on Game Boy in 94. Maximum Carnage on SNES in 94. And then the animated series here in 1995. Play Spider-Man SNES feature your friendly neighborhood streamer, Oddish Man. Oddish Man, Oddish Man, does whatever a streamer can. These all sucked, but in unique ways. Oh, look at this map. Oh, look at this map. Alright, so we started the lab at Empire State University. It looks like we're fighting Doc Ock. School's cutting-edge lab has become the goons' hideout. Fighting in space, the cyborgs and smart lasers and now serve the Fiend's evil purposes. Was the PS2 Spider-Man the first good one? I couldn't say. I have never been a real Spider-Man aficionado. Not in games, not in comics, not anywhere. I certainly like Spider-Man. I am quite fond of some of the movies, but I'm no spider expert, as it happens. Then there's a construction zone. I actually do know this Tri-Spider Slayer from the TV series. I remember Alistair Smythe made 3 big robot spider slayers, and then they could combine forces like Voltron. PS1 was pretty good and used the animated series voice cast. Nice. Very nice. Also, apparently there's aliens in this one. Like, straight up xenomorphs. I'm very curious about that. And then we got the Brooklyn Bridge, or rather the underside of the Brooklyn Bridge. Strange place to put your platforming. Coney Island and Penthouse, and I guess let's just play it and see what happens. The pizza things from TMNT, yeah. Look, everybody loves pizza, okay? We're dropping Gwen Stacy. Was Gwen Stacy ever in the Fox animated series? I don't remember her. I watched most of the animated series, but not all of it. So I know they got into some weirder stuff later. No? Okay. I kinda fell off the animated series when they started getting real deep into like the Madam Web stuff. I think the last big story arc I watched was when they introduced Venom. Okay, I guess it's this one. One of the clones was made of water. What? What? I hope this is the right Spooderman. Yes, it is. Animated series. LJN. Oh, boy. They got the theme song, though. It's perfectly accurate. Jesus Christ, the apocalypse. I thought Ravencroft would be strong enough to hold the likes of... We doing a roll call? Smythe, Doc Ock, and Green Goblin. Guess I was wrong. I better get to work kicking some villain butt before they wreck my city. Smythe, Alistair Smythe. He was a scientist hired by Kingpin, or bankrolled by Kingpin, to build Spider Slayers to kill Spider-Man. Never watched the cartoon? Yeah, I don't know how Smythe figured into the comic books. I assume he did. But he was a very prominent character right from the start. Like he was kind of like Spidey's first big villain in the cartoon. I think if I remember correctly, holy shit, it's the fucking Fantastic Four. I think Smythe's father worked for the Kingpin and died in some way, like Spider-Man stopped one of his schemes and like his lab exploded and he died in there, and Alistair swore revenge, so Kingpin bankrolled him to build Spider Slayers and other stuff. And then at some point, because Alistair Smythe was also, he was in a wheelchair. At some point, it's kind of weird. Spidey looks like he's about to cup your balls. Oh, that man is dead. I just muted. What the fuck are we talking about? In the Spider-Man animated series, Spidey's first big villain was Alistair Smythe, who was like the son of some scientist who was working for Kingpin. Oh, there we go. Okay, where the hell am I supposed to go here? Cough, Doc Ock. Also, I notice I have limited web fluid. Ow, oh God, ow. Also, Spidey's kind of built like a Liefeld character here. Like, what the hell are we even supposed to be doing here? How do I... Jesus. He walks like a local tough guy. Yeah, why does he walk like that? Oh, there we go. Ow, what the... Kick that man in the balls. Okay, if you can cling to walls, I don't know how. I'm guessing we're gonna wanna... Oh God! Other way, my man. Or you can just walk around the table, bro. Just should have made a beat him up? Yeah. Maximum Carnage definitely had the right idea. Oh God. Spidey just got his head welded. Whoa, what the Christ is that thing? I kicked it in half. I Darth Mauled it. Oh. Oh, that's death. Cool. Reminder, this is supposed to be a university science lab. I'm sorry, what? Spidey doesn't want to be here anymore. Oh. Oh, God. I guess Spidey's getting blindsided by enemies off screen since he canonically can't react. He canonically can't react to threats he can't see. Okay, good. We're leaving. Hooray! More laboratory! At least the enemies take like 1 or 2 hits. Because it's already enough of a pain in the ass to try and hit them. My God. I'm sorry I wasted 1,000 points on this mess. Well, you should be. Because this is pretty dire. Can I actually use these? What is this? No, I want this. No, fuckhead, I want this. Is there another button for... I don't know. Pretty playable for LJ and does a low fucking bar. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't push the Reed Richards button. Reed doesn't like me enough yet. Oh, there we go. Probably never gonna get to use this, but... Oh, wait. God, you have to walk all the way over, like, to the edge of the screen just to move forward. My favorite moments in comics was the New Avengers when the group wants Luke Cage to fight Electro. Cool. I think it's neat how these do absolutely fucking nothing. Oh, God. What the fuck? Those always have items in them. I love it. I love it. The grenades do nothing. Absolutely love it. Big fan. Let's try the blue ones for a laugh. He webs up Cage's hands installation. When the fight doesn't have, he tells Cage to just wait an hour for the weapon is all. Didn't you read about the penalty consoles? Oh, I actually made the ball. Oh my god. And he instantly killed me. If I continue, does it start from the beginning of the stage? It does, yes. All right, well, we don't need to do this anymore. Doc Ock wins, chat. Your friendly neighborhood's gonna have to do without its Spider-Man from now on. All right, that was really bad. Really, really bad. All right, slam-in jam codes. You can play as a staff from Acclaim or celebrities. Like the President or Prince Charles, or I guess King Charles now, funny enough. Or Heavy D, or the Fresh Prince, or Jazzy Jeff. He won in the comic book once and took over Peter's body for that. I remember that, actually. I remember hearing about that. That was an interesting twist. I bet Miles Morales would have cleaned out that stage without breaking a sweat. I bet he would have, too. And then... just a whole bunch of cheats and stuff for this. That's nice. Cool. Good for you. Oh, boy. So earlier this was described as, what if nothing was fun about Zelda? And I'm sure that's just got you all chomping at the bit to give this a try. Addams Family Values. Who remembers this movie? I feel like the original Addams Family movie is pretty well regarded and remembered, but I'm curious how many people actually remember the sequel, where you gotta rescue baby Pubert. Love the movie. I do like the original more. This is the origin of Pubert, yes. The second was fun, yeah. I get them both a little confused. Yeah, they blend together. Because I think the issue is they kind of used Uncle Fester as sort of like the villain's linchpin in both of them. So it can be a little hard to extricate them from each other. There we go. You like the second one more? Wednesday's monologue at the end of camp is amazing. It absolutely is, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, the stuff with the kids at camp is really funny. Never saw the first movie, only saw the part of this movie about summer camp. Haven't seen it since I was a kid. I remember the Happy House set piece for the camp, yeah. Was one of your big problems, Fester forgot all the lessons he learned in the first film? Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was a weird choice of theirs. Though I don't know, like, I guess the issue is there's no other character they could have used in place of him, really. I guess it might have been really funny if they had, like, swapped in Lurch. or gotten really meta with it and done, like, Thing or something. Don't remember much, only saw each one once. Yeah, the broad strokes, for anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about here, the first Addams Family movie, short version is Uncle Fester's been missing for years at that point, and then he shows up, but he's in cahoots with these like evil lawyers or something who are trying to get their hands on the family fortune because he lost his memory. But then he gets it back. He remembers the importance of family, and they defeat the lawyers or whatever. And then in the second movie, he gets seduced by this well, I guess serial killer lady. She marries rich old men and then murders them for their money. And he ends up turning his back on the family again to go off with her. And then by the end of the movie, has to rediscover the importance of family and where his loyalty lies. She's a Black Widow. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fester didn't just forget what he learned in the first movie. He got a whole bunch of memories implanted of living with Gomez and Morticia. Oh, he's pretending to be a family member to scam them. Then he remembers he actually is an Addams. He actually believes he's Gordon the entire time. Played by Joan Cusack, who's hilarious. Yes, she is. She is great. She is so funny. She owns that role. She plays it to a T. I love the scenes where she tries to kill him and he just thinks it's foreplay. It's so funny. I plan on giving them both a rewatch a while back, but never got around to it. I read they had to redo a bunch of the takes just to make the rest of the cast laugh so much. That's awesome. That's so funny. Also, good evening, Helvy. It's good to see you. Glad you could drop on by. Well, I can say with some degree of confidence that this is probably not going to be as entertaining as the movie. Who remembers the third film? Not I. Certainly not I. Actually, like the whole Addams Family franchise gets a little fuzzy after Values, right? It was direct to video, and I assume they had to recast. Well, at the very least, they had to recast Raul Julia. Tim Curry plays Gomez. That's not bad. There are like 8 Home Alones. I know about that. Yeah, I know about that. All with like different kids and stuff. Probably not gonna stick around for long. Tired. Want to drop in for a sec when partner gets ready for bed. Well, I appreciate it. And the first movie, Morticia reveals her pregnancy. Has been less than a year since Fester joined them. Second film, Fester talks about seeing Gomez and Morticia being romantic for years. Okay, so there were 3 live-action movies, and then there was the Addams Family animated series that Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt was based off of. And then there was some more. There were some more recent creations, right? There was the Wednesday series on Netflix. Wasn't there something else too? I thought there was something else along with that, but I can't remember what. Maybe another animated series or something? 2 3D animated movies. Okay. Yeah, I definitely missed that. So, yeah, I can't keep track of all this shit. I don't know how anybody does. Charles Addams couldn't have predicted that his Addams Family characters would endure for so many years, first in magazine cartoons, then in TV show, films, and video games. In Addams Family Values, Ocean has captured all the quirky, morbid humor that made this clan famous. As googly-eyed Uncle Fester, you must stop Miss Jelinski's evil schemes and rescue poor baby Pubert. Oh yeah, Rob Zombie did a Monsters movie, huh? Did you already mention the live-action TV show that was in color, not the original black and white one? No, I didn't. No, I did not. Steam opens, you'll find yourself in the morbid garden of the family Mentz. Might be the first time in my life I ever beheld the word Mentz. There you'll meet some fellow family members who offer up cryptic clues and interesting items. Merely talking to some of them triggers events in the game. Some of them move around when they do. You'll find their new location to see what's up. letters on the map show the general location of the corresponding tips. Keep in mind the tips aren't given in any particular order. You may encounter these puzzles or tricks at different stages of the game. If you need a general play-by-play, check out the tombstones. They list major tasks in order. Oh, on the page here. Imagine if you asked Charles Addams when he was first making the Addams Family but can conceive they one day be a video game, he'd say, what the flying fuck is a video game? Alright, so in broad strokes, we're gonna have to talk to Granny, talk to Gomez to get the journal, enter cavern south of Gomez, defeat Gatekeeper, open the northern gate, talk to Russia in Graveyard to get the Skull Key, enter caverns in southeast corner of Garden to get the Black Rose, and exit the swamps to get the Greenhouse Key. There is a 0% chance I'm going to remember all that, so we can see what we can figure out here. And then from there you go into the forests and swamps, and then Dungeon 1. Seems like a lot of steps just to get to the first dungeon. And then Dungeon 2, and then Dungeon 3, and then Dungeon 4. Alright. Well, this looks weird. I guess we'll give it a try. Need to see if I still remember where that house is, the one which you walk by all the time, which supposedly inspired the comic. That'd be interesting to behold. I remember one part of that show as a kid, and basically Gomez asked the doctor why it hurts when he does multiple somersaults in a row. The doctor reaches over to Gomez, takes a pen out from his breast pocket. Oh, this doctor is good, I like him. Design of this article isn't too bad. It isn't. I remember reading over it as a kid and being very curious about this game. And I think part of that was the quality of the article breaking it down. But does the quality of the game stand up? Nice little intro. Like that. All right. We begin. Boom! Dumped right into the game. Alright, and we're playing as Emperor Palpatine. What's up? I don't want to zap you, I want to talk to you. Here we go. That's actually not a bad portrait. Oh, Fester, any luck finding dear Pubert? I do miss him. The place is too cheerful without his young yet strangely corrupt eyes staring from his crib. Nope, not yet. Somehow Uncle Fester returned. Never mind. How's things, Fester? Miserable. Glad to see you're enjoying yourself. Do we get different messages if we talk to them again? Nope, it's all the same. I went looking in my books and found an old early X-Men or early 90s X-Men trade. Peak art, very nice. Zorch. What up, Grandma? Oh, Faster, you young slug, you look rough today. You say the nicest things, Granny. Take these cookies, dear. I made them myself. Hee hee hee. Black beetle cookies made from choice cut, slime-soaked black corpse beetles. Double cholesterol, too. For that pasty, flabby look your granny loves. It'll keep you in bad shape, whatever happens. Now go and see your brother Gomez. He has a little present for you. Okay, well, I will observe that the writing in this is on point. They definitely get the style and the concept of the Addams Family. It's empty. Pastor, old man, how positively awful to see you. Take this journal. You may need it to find your way around here. I now have a journal. Fester's Quest. In a way, I guess you can see this as Fester's Quest 2. Fester's a gingerbread man when viewed from below. Oh, what the hell is this? Gatekeeper's home, visitor welcome. Unwelcome. I don't know what that is, but it's pretty crazy looking. Super Fester's Quest. Chris Lloyd was in Nobody and it kind of kicks. I heard Nobody was pretty good. Is it? Reading that Marvel's Essentials, I guess, kind of crazy. Taking away color from Jack Kirby's art, if anything, just makes you appreciate the actual artistry more. It's fine. Yes. Get lost! No one gets in here. I've told you once, laddie, go away. I can't. The teleporter doesn't work. Right, that's it. I've had it up to here with you. So the first instance of combat in this is a boss fight. A bit surprising. And not an easy one either. Seems like your attack is directly tied to how much health you have. Alright, well, game over. There is a continue option. Do you have a menu? I do have a menu. Okay, whatever, man. Oh, now I can use this. Shagging that plant's balls. So I think God damn it. I was gonna say, I think the only way this is gonna work is to play this really, really, really cautiously and just not get hit. Shit. Accidentally double tapped it. I kind of like the music for this. Okay. Okay, that wasn't too bad if you can manage to be patient. Okay, I pushed a button, but like, why? Music is pretty fun. Alright, what did that button do? Alright, well, Gomez is gone. Ah, open the gate. Jelinski must be around here somewhere. Hopefully she has Pubert or at least enough bits of him for Granny to put him back together. Why is it dark? Oh, cool, it's raining. It'd be very interesting if this game had weather cycles. Hey, Mac, listen up. If you want to strike a blow for floral liberation, stop Miss Jelensky controlling the plants. Bring me the black rose that grants her power. Take this key. It should get you into the caverns where the rose is kept. I now have a skull key. Kids, I have terrible news about puberty. I mean, whatever happens, at least he has a name that he can really live with. A little skull key, too. I'm sorry, where do we want to be going here? I think I need to get up there. Oh, wait, no, that guy's in the way. So I got... okay. Not that way. Was there some kind of skull door somewhere? Not around here. Granny, will you make this? Granny, will you do that? Bother. Always bother with you, young Fester. Go away and let me be for a while. Is something like across the bridge? Hey, I can't leave yet. I haven't found baby Pubert. Well, not a whole lot else to do right now. Back to Dungeon 0. There was a, it shows like 2 caves off of here. Is there another one that I missed? Oh, there's some... okay, there's something going on over there. You guys said the game doesn't seem like much. They got the theme and characterization down pat. They do indeed. They do indeed. Aha. Okay. There's some wall there that looks like it can be moved or opened. There's a gate, but I can't. Wait. Wait, maybe I need to use it like an item. Yep, there we go. There we go. One, two, three, the clue is V. So what, like write a V with this? Yep, okay. Alright. That's how you get back out, at least. I thought for sure those were gonna move like Zelda style. I guess not. Whoa, you're so smart. Why, thank you. a little bit obnoxious having so much of this space be obscured. A. Okay. Does he have dynamite? No, I don't. I have a journal, a key, and 2 cookies. It shows several exits out of this room, though. Like, I came in at the bottom, I left through the top, but it looks like there should be 2 other ways out of here. Oh yeah, this way. This looks like it might suck. I guess that was supposed to happen? Trapped. Not very helpful. Especially since I'm not. Let me see, because it looked like there was other stuff in this room, maybe. Ow. Might have been wasted effort. In fact, it does seem like it was. Oh, God damn it. This game really seems to like hiding stuff from the player. Like, like just about everything, really. Having a little too much fun with the camera angle. Where is this? We are there. Stairs over here. Huh. I now have the greenhouse key. That's a stick. You delusional fuck. We made it over the forests and swamps area. So I gotta say, like, so far this isn't really bad. It's definitely rougher than a Zelda. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say if you like Zelda, you'll like this. Because, yeah, it's got some rather different sensibilities. I have the Black Rose, sweet. But yeah, it's I will give it credit. Unlike most Addams Family games or licensed games in general, this one does seem to work pretty hard at making the most of its property. Like, it really feels like an Addams Family game in a way that none of the other ones have. Like, I personally really like the Addams Family platformer on Super Nintendo. But I mean, it's basically just Mario with a macabre aesthetic. Like, that is it. You like this game? Yeah, you're charmed. You know, I think I do too. I think it's actually pretty decent. It made some choices. One of them being like the usefulness of your weapon is tied directly to how much health you have, which seems like a real bad idea in the long run. Like, I think it even does less damage too, if you have less health. What's up, QT Goat? You have a familiarity with this game? Bad range, bad damage. Definitely played worse. Definitely played worse. Yeah. God damn it. Oh no! I just. Okay.
I like it.
Actually, I'm curious about this. If I game over, where are they gonna stick me? Ultimately on the dull side too. Oh, okay. So much like Zelda games, they checkpoint you at the transitions into or out of dungeons. So, as far as the weapon, I thought it'd be a bit better the other way around. I agree. That would have made it a more interesting, like, risk-reward thing. If your weapon got more powerful, the more damaged you are, that means there's actual incentive to go around with low health and be close to the verge of death because you'd actually do better in combat. Or you could play it safe and just have to spend more time in combat. That would have been way more interesting than this, where you're basically just punished for doing bad. If you're having a hard time, it's only gonna get harder, so. Okay, well, I think this is a good look at this one. I gotta say, of what I played of it, I actually rather like it. I think it's actually pretty fine. Pretty okay. So what did we actually accomplish? I think we really just did the stuff on this first page here. Yeah, because we didn't make it to the greenhouse. So let's see, after that we would have been in the forest and swamps area. We would have met Pugsley and Wednesday. So yeah, we need to give the Black Rose to Morticia for some reason. Then go to the greenhouse, find a pumpkin, a bone spoon, and a green key. Destroy Rasp. Give the bone spoon to Granny. Talks to one, then Pugsley. Okay. Alright, well. An interesting attempt. Yes. Our cover feature at last, chat. It's Stargate. Acclaim brings last fall's sci-fi thriller to the Super NES in a multi-level action game that follows Colonel Jack O'Neill through the Stargate to the far side of the known universe. When they arrive on the planet... How do you pronounce that, actually? Abydos? I don't remember. They find a civilization that defies the bounds of space and time. With all the suggestions to get, I got an Addams Family recommendation for a phone theme right now. Maybe Samsung is listening. I've noticed that from time to time. If we're talking about something at dinner, and I'm like, oh, who was that actor that was in this thing? Or like, oh, where is this, what place? And I start to type it in my phone to search for it. It pops up at the top of the recommendations, even though it wouldn't normally. And I'm like, what are you doing there? When a strange circular stone disc is pulled from a sandy bed in an Egyptian desert, archaeologists from around the world converge to study it. Scientists are first baffled by the description of the ring, then one of them, an Egyptologist with radical theories. That's super cool theories, chat. Identifies them as depictions of constellations. Though many scientists think that Daniel Jackson's conclusions are out there, Jack O'Neill thinks he's on to something big and recruits him to travel through the Stargate on a top secret mission. Oh, this makes you feel icky, yeah. Yep, I know that feeling. Oh, if only it was an SG-1 game. An SG-1 would be... Oh, right, I was gonna tell you. When I was working at Konami, like 15 years ago, apparently somebody pitched a Stargate game, and I got to look at the pitch deck for it, and it's been ages. I really don't remember any of the details about it, but it was a really, really nice pitch deck. I think it was supposed to be like a third-person action-adventure sort of thing. But it was supposed to be... Yes, it's a real shame they asked Konami. Like, of all the people you could have taken that to, damn. But yeah, I think it was supposed to be like an SG-1 game where you basically start at Stargate Command and you get missions to go to different planets, and there'd be an overarching plot tying all the missions together and stuff. How fast did you see the writing on the wall, by the way? I mean, working at Konami was never good. Ever. Because I was in QA there, and at the time, the QA manager was a bit of a monster. bit of a terrifying presence. And she kind of tanked my prospects there, just in the way that she handled my employment, which is what got me to start looking for the door and end up at Nexon. So I was only there for like a year and a half, but it was bad. It was really bad. I got to know some of the producers there. Like I became friends with Tom Hewlett, who was the steward of the Silent Hill series at the time, and a couple of the other producers, and they were cool people. There were some cool people in marketing and stuff, but top down, really, like the management at Konami was the problem. It was a horribly managed company. QA managers have a habit of doing that, yeah. Once I had Activision, were fucking awful. Especially department head and VP of studio. Yeah. I think like QA is always the bottom of the barrel. It's always the department that's the most looked down upon. Like all the shit rolls downhill to them. Like if anybody, if developers, if producers, if anybody can blame something on QA, they absolutely will. And I think a lot of QA managers kind of take that to heart and feel like they can treat QA as slave labor. Only had entry-level positions, you feel, oh yeah. Yep. I did my time in the QA mines, never again. Yep. Always takes the blame, never gets the credit. I mean, even despite the fact that they're the people who make sure the game actually fucking works. But yeah. If I wasn't so fucking good at it, change. Well, maybe someday you can be a different breed of QA manager. I think that'd probably be pretty ideal. Anyway, so this game looks like we'll be playing as O'Neill throughout this game. Although play control takes some getting used to, once you master complete control of O'Neill's character, you can dash, leap, and hang from ledges. While hanging, you can throw grenades up onto ledges or down on enemies below. You can fire his weapon in a full circle. Sounds like this might be a little Prince of Persia-y, but with shooting instead of swordplay. At this point, it's been well over a year without any viable job prospects. Might just do it anyway. Couldn't hurt, right? Might be worth a try. So mission 1 is the desert. When the workers invite the Earthlings back to their village, Jackson learns what magic his medallion holds. Medallion which she had on her Earth along with the Stargaze replica of the Eye of Ra, the symbol of the Egyptian sun god. They believe he's been sent by Ra to lead them. So in this first mission, O'Neill must search for his men and supplies lost during a sandstorm. How many of y'all have actually seen Stargate? I've watched it once, a very long time ago. So my memories of this movie are a bit fuzzy. Sorry to be a pain. Could I have a link to the playlist? Oh, of course. I'd be happy to. Here it is, time-stamped at the current time, in pieces via various TV airings. My pleasure. Been a few years, you've seen it once or twice. I remember being kind of surprised at how, I want to say, dour it is. Like, if I remember correctly, Kurt Russell plays Jack O'Neill in the movie. And I remember him being real grim and real serious. I think he had like a tragic backstory or something. Saw the movie once. Loved the series, yeah. The series I think is more my speed in terms of tone. They got Richard Dean Anderson to play O'Neill in the series, and he plays it with a lot more dry comedy, which is I think what it needed, at least for the TV series. Yeah, James Spader was Daniel Jackson, young James Spader. Hard to imagine these days. At least a couple times in the days when you watched the movie that was on that night. Yeah. Saw plenty of movies in my childhood that way, because there was nothing else on TV. So it seems like your weapon in this has ammo and coolant. So you can run out of ammunition and your weapon can overheat and jam. So we'll see how that works out. Spader is an excellent actor. Yeah, he's really, really great. In the cottage, I've been doing the lead. Seems easy enough. Anxious because new. Not had this group before. I'm sure it'll be fine. I have complete confidence in you, Fury. It'll be fine. So collect supply crates. Watch out for people who might murder you. Mission 2 is in the city of Nagata. Find your men again. Seems like... Okay, hang on. Oh my god, I think every mission is just you need to find your lost men. Is that really how this is gonna go down? Mission 4 is in the ruins. When you return to the ancient city after rescuing all your men, yeah, every mission is just rescuing your dudes. Well, I guess we better see how this plays. Let's find out how this works. Find out if this works. If this is any fun. Stargate cool spot. What should we base this Stargate video game off of? Have you played Cool Spot? I love it. Ship it. They really should get him out. And like, how many fucking men did they take anyway? How many guys do you need to explore a planet on the other side of a wormhole? Seriously. Star Trek would do it with like 3. Probe development. What's up, Trade On? Lurk away. Let's leave it on difficulty medium. There's hard, easy, and mid. A fierce sandstorm has separated O'Neill from the others. He is alone in hostile territory. With the help of Daniel Jackson, the civilian archaeologist, O'Neill might find his team and return safely to Earth. O'Neill also brought a nuclear bomb to seal the Stargate. The bomb is now missing. That's not the kind of thing you want to lose. You know, license gets a reputation for generally being either mediocre or terrible. Yes. Holy shit. What do you think the best licensed game for each console is? Oh man, that's a tough question. Best licensed game for each console. I mean, on Super NES, I would probably say one of the Star Wars games. Oh, crouching is a toggle in this. How interesting. Animation is really impressive. Not Addams Family Values. Oh, fuck. God damn it, thing. So that's hell, I guess. SAS is in bangers and Super Star Wars games, Capcom and Disney games, and definitely one or two others. NES is a tough one. I'm struggling to think of any really good licensed games on the NES. Oh, that's like a landmine. Can't think of anything on NES except McKids. It's not great, but it's playable. Jackson, where are Kowalski and my men? Am I glad to see you? The team was attacked by Ra, the supernatural master of this world. The Nagadans, Ra's slaves, helped us to escape, but we left our supplies in the caves. Kowalski has led your men on ahead. Find at least 5 boxes of supplies for us. They're hidden in the caves. I'll organize the Nagadans. They will rebel and help us to defeat Ra. Oh yeah, DuckTales. Disney Strikes Again on the NES. Good idea, let's go to work. What about on Game Boy, chat? Freeze, old man! I do not oppose you, great warrior. These are the caves Daniel spoke of. Your supplies are here. Collect them and go to Nagata, is east of here. That was one. Okay, well, I kind of hate the combat in this. It's pretty awful. King Kong on PS2 is pretty fun. Top Gear on NES isn't too bad. Okay, that's apparently an enemy. Sheep Raider on PS1 count? I have no idea what that is, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't say. SNES and Genesis had TMNT games as well. Yeah, TMNT 2, the arcade game, is probably a pretty good one for NES. Parts of the Game Boy Star Trek games. Alright, I found some stuff. I think that thing in the middle of my screen might be my coolant or something. Jesus Christ. O'Neill, you only have 5 tries to save our people from Ra. Yeah, it was a very well animated death. Not thinking this is a very good game. A very well animated game, but not a very fun one. Oh my god, bro. You actually have to jump short to catch the lip of that ledge. I can actually see the number of supplies I have anywhere. I guess I can go to Nagata now. I guess I got enough. I have no idea what would even be a good license game on the TurboGrafx 16. Console even have license games? It had to. Every console had license games. Yeah, the animations in this are fantastic. This is, if nothing else, a very, very... Like, look at that. This is a very, very good-looking game. Better fit for the license might have been an adventure game. Oh, I totally agree, yeah. I think Stargate would have made an amazing point-and-click adventure. Why is that with a lot of licensed games? The visuals are generally great, but the gameplay is trash. My assumption... Yeah, they probably put a lot more money into the graphics. Like hiring really solid artists. Less so actual gameplay designers. There need to be more games where you shoot bugs with a gun. I might dispute that. Because shooting bugs with a gun in this game is not particularly a highlight. Gives you hard Alien 3 vibes. Didn't Probe also do Alien 3? Ew. Think so, yeah. That would explain the similarities. Like, even the character model is similar. Might also explain why the animation is so good. They already had the basic, like, run and action cycles from Ripley. Just paint Sigourney Weaver with Kurt Russell and call it a day. Best licensed game for GB is probably either one of the TMNT games or something like Wheel of Fortune. The mysterious city of Nagato, where a race transported from ancient Egypt to work as slaves live in constant fear of their supernatural ruler Ra. It's true, the Great Warrior comes to lead us against Ra. If helping you people gets my men back alive, I'll do it. And we will help you if you can find our 4 elders in Nagata. They are lost to us after our battle with Ra's forest guards. What's in it for me? One of our elders can open Nagata's east gate for you. Your warriors left that way. I have a hard time thinking of licensed game for the N64. There were definitely licensed sports games, I'm sure. Yeah, there's Shadows of the Empire. Oh yeah, GoldenEye. It's kind of hard to think of licensed games sometimes. Oh, I need to shoot that door open. So O'Neill doesn't... I guess O'Neill's not a fan of knocking. the teleport's cute. I like that. And did it. Okay, so the gun meter up there, that's your temperature. And then the thing to the right of that is your ammo. Which I guess is just an icon that shrinks as you use more ammo. Probably don't need to do that, but whatever. Give it a try. Okay, I think that's 3 elders I found. That was a 1-up, apparently. Okay, I think I've had enough of this. It's, I'll be honest, it's better than I was expecting. It does not control well. The combat is not fun. And the missions just aren't that interesting. It's find crates, find people. Sounds like you're just trying to catch up with the rest of your soldiers throughout the entire game. This was not from an era of particularly clever mission design, unfortunately. And it kind of needed to be. It kind of needed to be. Oh, I was probably done, actually. Oh, no, there are rooms. I didn't go in any of the rooms. Oh, well. Not everything can be Legend of Zelda. I mean, you don't have to tell me that. The poster this month is Weapon Lord. Coming soon to your Super NES from Namco. And then that kicks us over to the Epic Center. You know what? Yeah, Weapon Lord was solid. I actually rather enjoyed that. Had some really good animations, some really neat attacks and stuff. I've experienced Weapon Lord on the Super Nintendo. I actually want to try the PC version next. Because when we were trying it, I was told that the PC version is just kind of more everything. Has more moves, has better animation. Every single leg muscle is in fact on display. It's true. All right. Judgment call, chat. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it early tonight for 2 reasons. One, we made it to the Epic Center, and even if we don't play all the games featured in the Epic Center, I think we could spend a while talking about it. And I don't particularly want to rush through this section or do like half of it or part of it. The other is I'm tired. It's proven to be a bit of an exhausting week, and I think I could use a little bit of extra sleep tonight. So yeah, I think we'll go ahead and stop here for tonight. We'll save the Epic Center for Saturday, and talk about Secret of Evermore, Ogre Battle, whatever other stuff they got in there. What was tonight's playlist? I actually used 2. I will give you this one. copied at the current time, and then I will actually go back, because it's from 2 different channels. And then here's the one that we started on tonight. The first one's only an hour long, which is why I had to switch to the second one. Second one we've used before. This first one, I don't remember if we have or not. But yeah. Anyway, chat. So, schedule-wise, tomorrow night is something. It's a Friday mystery. We'll do something cool tomorrow. Probably some variety of games. Outside chance of doing a one-off of something. Probably variety, really. And then Saturday we'll be right back here. We will come back to the Epic Center. We'll discuss. Okay, distant third reason why I'm not getting into this tonight. The first page of the Epic Center here breaks down their definitions of the RPG, adventure, and strategy genres, and I think that deserves a little bit of in-depth discussion, which I'm a little too knackered to make sense of right now. There will be no stream on Sunday for obvious reasons, and then Monday we will be back with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And we'll just keep on at that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday until we finish it. Maybe we'll finish it next week. Maybe I don't know how long that game is. I haven't really looked it up, so. Yeah, Sunday streams never happen. You can count on that, chat. You can just put a big red marker through the entire Sunday column of your planner. There will never be ever any kind of streams on Sunday, and you can take that to the bank, my friends. So anyway, let's go find somebody to raid. Let's go surprise someone with an early raid this evening. Let's go. How about if I drop you off of Blue Zest? They are playing RimWorld, and I know some of y'all like RimWorld. We will, in theory, get back to RimWorld one of these days. At some point. Yeah, it's not worth much in the bank, but you can take it there. You can see what you can get for it. Pawn it off. Do whatever. Anyway, chat, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for joining me for the epic return of the Power Hours. We are already a good ways into April of 1995. And on Saturday, we'll make it even further. The Epic Center and beyond. So thanks again for coming out. Hopefully, I will see you tomorrow night for a Friday surprise. Whatever it's going to be. I don't even know what it's going to be. I'm not playing coy. I literally don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow yet. But I will. And when I do, hopefully I'll see you there. Till then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.